This alone proves everything.
I want the first one.
And Jordan, look at this.
A finger, yes,
No show will not and put on them. Yes, you see, I don't know, show it on the float road on that. Finger jar, this up.
And the board, the board,
Set the board, man, and
so
say
they
yes,
use the board and dry it. So they use the board, the board dry.
Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. The video that you just saw is the cover that was used to cover that young lady, 19-year-old Derrica Rogers, that lost her life allegedly at the hands of her boyfriend. She was taken away and then thrown in a pit, and the pit was covered. The father said that he became very suspicious of the boyfriend known as Oily. Oily is a citizen, Jamaican born, but a citizen in our next countries, either Canada or United States. He is the main suspect. So we saw based on that video that he had accomplices. He had persons that aided and abetted in the hiding or throwing away of that young lady's body in that pit. So what it tells you that once you have money in a Jamaica, people are willing, able to facilitate you doing a very serious crime and then them assisting you in that very serious crime. Because we can all come to the logical conclusion that Mr. Oily did not get rid of that lady by himself. So whether it is person that own that house, whether it is friends, whether it is family members, it is obvious based on the fact that the police arrested 3 persons, including a female and 2 male. I don't think that any of those 3 persons of interest or suspect that were arrested in the police custody has anything or is the person that is the main suspect, the boyfriend, meaning Oily. Based on the fact that it is said that he jumped on a jet plane and him take away himself. So if he's in a next country, there has to be an extradition process which would not have taken so quickly. So more than likely, he is still on the run. Now, people, the sad thing about crime in Jamaica is that it is so easy for you to get an accomplice facilitator, whether that crime is the worst crime ever. People are just willing and able. Once you have money and the price is right, it is just sad to see how easily you can influence, manipulate, how people are licky and greedy. But the persons who are supposed to aid you, assist you in times of drama, times of trauma, they are the ones that are dragging their feet, because based on what the father of Derrica said, he had to pull teeth in order to get the police to go by the premises in which that youth live, in order for the police to do their investigation, do their job. So I am going to let you hear a short version of a video that has been making its round on social media with the father explaining everything, the difficulties that he went through with the police. Then we'll see how persons are willing and able to facilitate FUCKRY. However, the persons that are tasked to do their job is always dragging their feet. Take a listen, take a look.
When the police come, the man who responds to the house come, pull the gate, we go over there. The man call the lady in front of the house. The lady say, 4 years ago, she were on the pit, so nothing new not supposed to do it. And the police tell him, say, alright, him see some new something work on the pit since lately. So the police ask him, say, if he can pull the pit, him say yes. But after the police they make a call, I don't know who them call, bigger authority and them call, them say them cannot pull the pit today till tomorrow. And me get mad and start cussing bad and say we have a bun down in house. And so come make them, because people them come with me now, everybody start retaliate, the bun down in house. So I so come make them say, alright, we don't pull it, because if we don't pull it and she not in it, we have to go buy back cement and we don't have no problem with that. You understand? And I so come make we pull the pit, and by we pull the pit at the back, we see the girl in the back of float. Police say, me can't go pick up the man because me don't sure say and the man take away my daughter. So I say, officer, remember, the man, you have up till 72 hours to hold a man, question a man, without charge the man. Them say me can't do that because I remember he's a married man. The girl will say that I'm a cousin-in-law. Say him, my daughter soon come. He soon come. I just that share the date and he soon come. And I say, come me I go mash up the man's life and the man a married man. That not have nothing to do with me.
No, but in
when you're involved in something, you have to know that they part. You understand? Me no business whether you're married, yes or no. You understand? But as me say, if the police them they just move with me at the time, the youth wanna left the scene. He wanna left the car foreign. So they would have questioned him and then they find out what happened from this stuff. So maybe at the same time, it won't take so long to find him.
Now, people, this is tragic in every sense of the word. The fact that these young ladies in Jamaica, them always seem to find themselves in the worst possible situation. A risky lifestyle that always or most of the time leads to that. Because whenever you're in any relationship with elderly men, especially as a young lady, that man is usually possessive. That man feels as if because he pays your bill, him give you money for buy food, clothes, and shelter, then you should be loyal to him. Even when he is not loyal, because the facts are these, this man is married, having family overseas. However, he is trying to tell this lady how she should monitor, regulate her pumps. And people like me say, this is just Jamaica, don't start no ish, won't be no ish. Stay out of harm's way, do the right thing, or more than likely, the wrong thing is going to do you. And such is the case as it pertains to this young lady, 19-year-old, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it is called mental illness is a real thing in Jamaica. And the relevant authority is not addressing it until it gets to the furthest extent. Meaning persons losing their life or persons getting badly injured. So apparently a man was in Mandeville, he had a knife and he was rushing a couple of persons. However, the tables would turn, people would disarm him, and people would almost frazzle him out. Him almost get the Tarzan and Jane justice that he probably needs mental assistance or probably needed. So I want you to take a look at exact what persons are saying, what transpired as to how and why, and this is the final result. Take a look.
We left. I was in the bus park there, and I see this man come into the bus park and ask me, where is the bus that going to Spanish Town? But he come under a farmer aggressive way, so I don't answer him. I turn my back and walk away. Then, turning my back and walk away, I spin around back now and look. I see this same man pop off a knife and I approach one woman and I say, I better kill you. I will kill you, you know. So, me walk up now and step down up by the station and say, boy, I'm going to lodge a report up by the station. So, on the way, go up at the station and coming back from the station now, I come down here and see the same man in the road. Like when me just go make the report man, lie down in the come here and say, this man here we cause chaos, can me go to run 3 different police officers. One of them send me in a one room there, so me just go in and make the report. So just as how they make the report and me breathe down back I say man, me come lie down in the road there. So he report what I did go there and say, they have an unsound man I park with a long knife. I approach people like saying, I don't go on the chaos in I park. So instead of me get myself entangled with him, I make sure I turn to the station. So the police them can tell me just come at the station and come make the report. So after me leave and come back down the park, I don't me come and say, the same man. Then say attack one man and bust up in here and this and that and bread. You see? So me I say, them man who have unsound mind should not into the bus park legally like that. With them offensive weapon they can cause dangerous chaos. And we have to find a way to keep out those people from out of the bus park where there are public people traveling. People just go up and down to and fro. Yes. Last week the same man come into the bus park and say he's going to Spanish Town. When he says he's going to Spanish Town, he go in at the bus, go sit down, and then he come back out of the bus. He walk up and down round the park, come back into the bus. Then me hear my one driver catch up. That same man, So, I know, like, at the first he do it, he come like he do it over and over and over again. So anything what happen, he couldn't avoid to, because the police them come, but they couldn't come assist a bit faster. That, because me stop a police and they tell me, say, me must go for the station, so me go for the station. So, that's the only thing I couldn't say.
So people, there's a saying that goes something like this. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, but expecting different results. Because you hear this man saying, that same man was in the same park last week doing all sorts of BS. Had an encounter with couple other people, police come on the scene. Instead of police arresting him, putting him in the proper perspective, proper institution, as in the Bellevue type, them let him back out to come back, come haunt them once again. And that is exactly what he did. So you hear this man, an average man in a Jamaica, say, how comes, like that JPS commercial, you have people that are Looney Tunes out there walking up and down with machete offensive weapon, as in this case a knife, rush people, lick people, bust up people's head. It's only after the people may get angry, the MOB come and hold him and almost frazzle him out. Hopefully, these people will actually you sleep and mark, you know what, before somebody, you know what. So people, like me say, it is very simple. The relevant authority is not doing their job. They are the ones that are tasked to keep the community safe, including the police and people that assess whether a person is mental or not and put them in a Bellevue before them put other people down a Madden and Dovecat. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it seems as if Jamaica is like 100-foot wide goal, and you have the best attacking forward from Brazil, from Argentina, just a score goal without any sorts of goalkeeper. In other words, Jamaica coming like a sieve. Jamaica is porous. And this is based on a couple of recent gun finds on the wharf, in which them said them find in excess of 40,000 to 50,000 ammunition and in excess of 233 guns, including rifle, I think 70-something of them. Don't quote me on that. Fast forward, back to back in a Westmoreland, over 4,000 rounds of ammunition, 19 parrot, 10 of them did not make it, 2 squirrels amongst other exotic animals. Based on the information, it is said that first operation conducted by CTAC Special Operation on them, they found in excess of 4,400 rounds. The next day, Westmoreland, same way, once again, in excess of 500 rounds. So we are speaking about at least 5,000 rounds, added with the 40 to 50,000, so therefore 45 to 55,000 rounds in a Jamaica in a less than a week. Now you don't have to be the sharpest tool in the shed to tell that something definitely wrong. To tell that these people know that the border them porous. Might as well just open the floodgate and let in all of these criminals that are in the smuggling of tools and ammunition trade, because it seems as if it is almost unstoppable. Now, people, as it pertains to that raid or fine at the wharf, terminal, terrace, whatever them call it, I am yet to see a video to prove that, yes, it did happen. Not to say it did not happen, but usually, whenever you have any sorts of big bus like that, you usually see the police, the commissioner, your prime minister parading and showing off their fine or seizure. I did not see that. Maybe it happened, but I just didn't see it. Fast forward again. Now, people, is either the border is very porous, or either the police have a whole bunch of intelligence, including CTAC. But for them to be finding this amount of rounds in a Jamaica in a less than a week, it tells you that persons are intent in causing chaos and catastrophe. It is obvious that persons do not care about the well-being of their residents or their friends, their neighbors, until it reaches their doorstep, until one of those 45 to 55,000 ammunition that were intended for the street actually hit one of their family member. It seems as if they are just A-OK with getting monetary gain while persons are actually losing their life or getting badly injured. So it tells you that persons just have a very evil, demonic, greedy, for self attitude while the country is suffering the domino effect that it is causing on the health sector. We've heard experts come out and say it every day 2, 3, 4 persons are coming, it is taken away from other persons that are sick. But what is sick is the mentality of these greedy criminal elements, evil and demonic, in a Jamaica, and it is becoming more and more apparent that they do not care, point blank and period.
Accident again! I tell you now. See that man there? This time a police vehicle. I'm going to open on my friend them night, you know. I don't know what's going on. I catch a liquor.
Wait there. Oh, the truck is on the police vehicle.
Yeah, no, star.
Where this accident? Look like a policeman and try to stop the truck man there and put the van in front of every chance up and load the truck. End up slamming at this.
So the next thing that is popping in the news, there's a saying that goes something like this: bad luck is worse than Obia. And when we talk about Obia, we talk about St. Thomas. Don't know the intricate details, don't know the state of mind of the truck driver and the police vehicle. But based on what persons are saying, the police officer was intent in stopping that truck. And it seems as if the truck driver was not intent on stopping, or at least he lost brake, or at least he was going too fast and slam into the police vehicle. That police vehicle then slammed in a taxi man. It only makes sense when we talk about the worst drivers on the road that a taxi man involved, whether it is intentionally. Now, people, like me say, you have some of these officers, we've seen cases in which them decide to stop people, run out pan taxi man, run out pan unruly motorists. Them get run over, them end up in the hospital, some of them end up DEAD. I think that these police officers should not risk their life trying to make Jamaica a better place, especially knowing that these drivers on the road, them mad sick, them head no good, especially when they are blazing like some mad bats out of hell. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, it seems as if what they say is true: bad habits are hard to break. When some individuals are supposed to be retiring, sitting on their veranda upon them rocking chair with them little grand picnic, they are getting ready to go to prison. Such is the case of veteran dancehall artist, government name Sharon Peterkin, known on the street as Ruffian. She's one of those names that were called up as top artists during the era of the Lady Saw, Macadam, Lady Anne, and them. She's presently 59-year-old. However, she is headed to prison for in excess of 13 years and 9 months for guns and ammunition, illegal guns and illegal ammunition, prohibited, them call it. So based on the information, it is said that prior to May of 2023, 2 years or so before now, she had a legal firepiece. However, that legal firepiece was used in an illegal way. It became very illegal. However, by some stretch of the imagination, she got back that tool and she decided that she was going to erase the serial number from that tool and still keep the tool, which also makes the tool even more illegal. It is said that the Era 5 apprehension team went to the house of Ruffian. They searched and they found that tool with the serial number erased, ammunition which is illegal. She was arrested, she was charged, she went to trial and she was convicted, and she was presently sentenced to 13 years and 9 months under the new Firearm Amendment Act, which gives you fresh 15, meaning mandatory minimum, except for the days that you've done thus far. Now, people, when we think about the fact that this lady was a dancehall artist, this lady transitioned into being a businesswoman, had the reputation that allowed her to get a legal firepiece. However, she used that legal firepiece in an illegal way, made it illegal, and then she was caught again with that same gun, or a gun that resembles that, have all the traits of that gun. So it tells you that more than likely somebody on the case, i.e. a police officer, might have given her back the gun. However, it does not make it illegal. So this lady, 59-year-old dancehall artist, is now headed to prison. One-way tickets to the penal institution. She is about to get FUCK, literally at age 59. 59 and 14 makes it 73-year-old before she is eligible for parole. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.